Hello, we'll get started in just a couple of minutes. Okay, I think we will go ahead and get started. Welcome to everyone that's here today. Region 10 and Partners Resource Network are happy to welcome you today to our family webinar. Today's topic is SPEDTex resources for families. And if you would like to follow along with us today, please go to spedtex.org on your computer or phone. Whether you've been researching resources to help support your child or just starting your journey, this session offers valuable information and resources that can help you to understand the special education process, address school challenges, plan for life after high school, and discover ways to actively participate in your child's education. Let's get started. So we are going to start by just taking a look at the SPEDTex website. And we are going to play a short video about SPEDTex can help.
Got questions about special education? SPEDTex is here to help. SPEDTex is the Special Education Information Center for Texas. We're here to support parents, provide resources to educators, and connect with community partners to the success of children with disabilities. Contact us today.
SPEDTex is a collaborative project between the Region 10 Education Service Center and the Texas Education Agency. Again, if you would like to follow along with us as we explore some of the resources that are available, you can type spedtex.org into an open tab on your internet browser. The first thing that I would like to point out is that the SPEDTex website is available in both English and Spanish. It's very easy to change back and forth just at the top of the screen. And you will find as we go through today's presentation that the links that we click when we are on the Spanish site will all be in Spanish. We will go back to English for now. And we're going to start by going to the For Families page. So there are several resources on the For Families page that you can explore and discover ways in which you can receive support and participate in your child's education. Let's go to the Families New to Special Education section. Here, we can find out about what is special education.
What is special education? If your child is struggling in school, it's important to find out why. If a disability is affecting your child's educational performance, your child may be eligible for special education and related services that can help. Special education is instruction that is specifically designed to meet the unique needs of eligible children who have disabilities. Special education and related services are provided in public and charter schools at no cost to the parents and are made available by a federal law called the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA. Have questions about special education? Contact SPEDTex. The Special Education Information Center. Call 1-855-773-3839. Email inquire@spedtex.org. Live chat with an expert at www.spedtex.org.
So some of the other resources that are available on the Families New to Special Education page that we want to highlight today, one of those is what is IDEA? So this resource provides an overview of the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA, which is the federal law that has been in effect since 1975. IDEA requires public schools to provide a free, appropriate public education to eligible students ages 3 to 21 with disabilities. IDEA also provides legal protections for these students and their parents. The next resource in this section is called Parents' Rights, an overview of special education evaluations. So for some families, special education may be a new or overwhelming idea. You may not even be sure what a special education evaluation means. So this quick guide is intended to help families to understand the basics of special education and some of the key rights or protections that are built into the system. Under Individualized Education Program, we have another set of resources. What is an IEP provides a brief overview of the main sections of an IEP and can serve as a checklist for you as you participate in your child's ARD committee meeting. The least restrictive environment is going to bring us to a resource from Partners Resource Network. The least restrictive environment, or LRE, as it is more commonly called, is one of several vital components in the development of a child's IEP and plays a critical role in influencing where the child spends his or her time at school, how services are provided, and the relationships the child develops within the school and community. In fact, the LRE is a critical element in building an appropriate IEP that can improve a child's outcomes in school and in life. You are able to learn all about the LRE on this page. Now we're going to go back to the Families New to Special Education page and scroll to the bottom, and I'm going to show you one final resource on this page, and that is the Special Education Acronym Quick Reference Guide. This document is going to give you all of the frequently used acronyms in special education. If you are new to special education, you know we are always using acronyms, and so this is a really nice way to see what all of those are. Okay, now we're going to go back to the blue menu buttons on the side, and we're going to go to Special Education Process. So on this page, you'll see some of the same resources that we had on the New to Special Education page, but we're going to take a look at some of the ones that are different. Key steps in the special education process is going to take us again to Partners Resource Network. And this is going to help us to gather information about each step in the special education process. I want to take us to the special education complaints process page. On this page, we're able to learn more about the Texas Education Agency's special education complaint process and gather tips for resolving special education disputes. We have a video about the special education complaint process. This is going to provide tips for resolving special education disputes. We also have a document that is an outline of the special education complaints process. This is a companion document to the video that is above on this page. Resolving issues with your child's school is going to provide tips that can help you to tackle any school challenges that may arise. It's going to tell you, first of all, who has the information you need if you do have a question about something, and then some examples of how to begin resolving an issue. The final link on this page is going to take us to the Texas Education Agency's Special Education Dispute Resolution Handbook. And this is the full guide of the dispute resolution process from the state. Now we're going to choose the Disabilities button. This is going to allow us to learn more about each of the 13 disability categories under IDEA. And to learn more about each disability, you can click on a category. So let's take a look at autism spectrum disorder. It's going to give us the legal definition of what that disability is, and then it's also going to provide some additional resources for families to click on in order to learn more or gather additional information. Okay, now we're going to go to the transition planning page. It is never too early or too late to consider your child's life beyond high school. Transition services are a coordinated set of activities that are designed to help your child transition from school to extracurricular activities. Under Texas law, no later than when a student turns 14 years of age, the Admission Review and Dismissal, or ARD committee, must consider and, if appropriate, address transition services for your child. So, first, we have a parent testimonial video that talks about parental needs for transition planning. And then our resources on this page are divided into two sections. We have some that are going to be more geared for early childhood, pre-K, and elementary school. And then we have some that are going to be more geared towards secondary. And I definitely want to highlight that if you are the parent of a younger student, this is still very, very important to start looking at this information and get yourself on any of the waiting lists that may be in place, because sometimes those have very long waits and you want to make sure that you are getting on those lists early. So, some of the resources that we have in the elementary section, the next steps to independence, skills, and strategies. This is actually one of my very favorite resources that is out there. And this is a checklist that allows educators, families, and students to monitor ongoing progress, in skills that are necessary for future success. And you can see that this is divided into different ages, and then it's going to have some domains where you can look at skills that are going to be needed and that are appropriate for that age level. So this starts with birth to 3, and then it's going to go up to ages 3 to 5, elementary school, middle school, and then high school. So it's a really great way to kind of see where there may be gap areas for your child and where they are doing really well. We also have the Parent's Guide to Early Childhood Intervention and Early Childhood Special Education. So if you are the parent of a little one, this is going to provide a lot of information on that transition from ECI to early childhood special education. Resources and help available. Get on the waiting list now. This is another video that is from the Straight Talk Parent video series, and it talks about how to sign up for wait lists for resources early in a student's life. Under secondary resources, you're going to see that next steps to independence checklist again, but you're also going to see some additional information that is more geared towards older students, including things about transfer of rights, transition videos relating to college and careers. And then down below, we have some other resources, again, that are going to be more geared towards our older students. Bottom of this page, we have some additional helpful links. We have all of the Texas transition contacts so that you can find your regional transition specialist if you do have a question for them. We also have the roadmap to Texas transition resources, And this includes lists by area to quickly identify needed resources. Okay, now I want to take us to the Special Education Resource Locator. So the Special Education Resource Locator is your gateway to special education resources. You are able to tailor your search by topic, by language, and by type. So we're going to do just a quick demo about how that works. And I'm going to pick behavior. And if I wanted to see resources that were available in English, I can choose that. And then if I wanted to filter even further, I'm able to go in and select video. And this is going to show me any videos that are available here that relate to behavior. Okay, we're going to go back to the home page. I'm going to scroll down. Actually, I'm going to go back up because I want to talk about my SPEDTex accounts. So with a My SPEDTex account, you are able to receive customized reminders, volunteer to participate in focus group, and share your feedback. You're able to locate resources that are tailored to your needs, and you're also able to access trainings. Creating a My SPEDTex account is very easy. When you click on that, you'll just go to I'm new and need to create a My SPEDTex account. Just enter in some basic information and then click create account. One of the things that you can do with a My SPEDTex account is enter in your child's R date or evaluation date. And if you choose to provide that information, you will automatically receive email reminders when those dates are coming up due. And it will also share with you resources to help you prepare for those events as well. Okay, now I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to find the button that says Learn. So every year, SPEDTex and Partners Resource Network offer statewide webinars throughout the year. We have 6 of those. Our registration links are shared through social media and also through our newsletter. But all of those webinars are recorded, and you can find all of those recorded webinars here on the Learn page. So I'm going to scroll just to let you see a little bit about some of the webinars that we have listed here, if there are things that you are interested in learning more about. Okay, you can also join our mailing list. Be one of the first to know when new resources are available. You can sign up here to receive our monthly newsletter. And then also you can follow us on social media. We are on Facebook and Twitter or X both. We are at SPEDTex on both of those platforms. And again, we do share new resources when those are available, as well as links to upcoming events, such as those statewide webinars. So if you have questions or concerns, SPEDTex is always here to help. Like the video said at the beginning of today's webinar, you are able to contact us by phone, by email, or you can use the live chat button down here at the bottom of your screen and reach out to a live expert anytime during business hours. So do we have any questions about any of the resources that we were able to highlight today before we finish up? SPEDTex has a ton of information. We only just kind of touched the surface today, but I definitely wanted to share some of the things that are available so that you are able to go in and know what you're seeing and what you're looking for. We are always happy to help. And I want to thank everyone for joining us today. This webinar was recorded as well and will be available on the Region 10 website. Jim is with us today from Partners Resource Network. You saw some of the resources that they have as well during today's webinar, and he was able to put some information into the chat that gives the link to both SPEDTex and Partners Resource Network, both. Our next Region 10 family webinar will be on November 20th, so we hope that you can join us for that. And at this time, I am going to have Ashton launch our poll. We would love to gather some feedback from those of you that were here today. Thank you so much. We'll leave the poll up for about 1 more minute before we end today's webinar. Thank you again.